All right, man. Apparently, To and Regis continues to be a thing even after To's last performance. I'm pretty sure there's people out there. There's people out there that still kind of believe Teofimo Lopez want this fight. I'm not one of them. So To explaining why he won't take the fight. I mean, this is the generation where the challengers want to dictate the purse split. We knew he wasn't dumb enough to take that fight. He got beat up. Regis on the wrong side of the street, the whole nine. But hold on. Let's hear what he had to say. Hey, Dre, I got something to say. Cue this up. I don't know why my soundbar always get reset. Boy. They gonna fight. I apologize. Hold on.
A lot of these fighters, especially now in today's era, especially after the COVID times, I mean, he's talking reckless in this sense because to him, look, he had a mandatory with Jose Ramirez, and that was a 65-35% cut, right? Regis Prograis gets 65% of it. Jose Ramirez gets 35. He opted out. He didn't want to take it because you're gonna lose what? You're gonna probably lose $750,000 worth going into that fight. See, I'm not that kind. I'm not that kind. I just take the fights. You know what I mean? And that's just who I am. I'm here for the glory. The same thing I had to do. I had to take. I took basically, let me say, 1.2 million off when I fought Vasily Lomachenko, who was arguably the best fighter and pound for pound great at that time. I could have made, with that fight, I should have got 2.5 million. They didn't give me that. You know what I mean? So they gave me my minimum, which was what 1.2, and that's what. And after the fight and everything, going against somebody like that, for all the belts, it's all about the glory. I mean, from my side. So I think Regis is kind of comfortable. He feels like no one's gonna want to take that chance. Fighters that are in the top 10 or top 5 because they want to get paid more. But you gotta still understand. You still gotta make your strikes. You still gotta build it. You still gotta make that. What is the principle of all of this? I mean, at least me when I seen Jerry Cooney fight George Foreman and all these other great champions, it was all about the glory. You want to become world champion, top of the world. So yeah, I'm shaking my head because this guy is just getting comfortable because he feels like no one's gonna want to fight him. So he's gonna fight somebody that is gonna be volunteering to face. Someone that's probably like in the top 15, someone that people probably don't even know. And I think he's just getting real comfortable. That's why he's calling out Ryan Garcia, myself, and all that because he thinks in himself no one's gonna want to take a 35% cut. A lot of these fights.
Then negotiate. If you sit here and you say that you doing this for the glory, you know what I'm saying? You doing this for the glory, but then you turn around and say, well, nobody wants to take 35% cut. Nobody wants to do that. Then negotiate. There's a negotiation period in which they can negotiate it. But then y'all turn around and say, oh, yeah, we don't do any work with Probellum, or it's reported that they don't do any work with Probellum. You was just better just not saying nothing, bro. Because the whole statement he just made was pure hypocrisy. Oh, nobody wants the 45, wants to, 75-25 split. Nobody wants that. And that's what we don't want it. And this, that, and cool. Remember, he tried to sign the Top Rank, and Top Rank wouldn't promise him the Jose Ramirez fight or the Josh Taylor fight. What about that? Before he went to Probellum, he tried to sign over there. But y'all couldn't, y'all, none of them dudes wanted to be committal to fighting him. None of them dudes wanted to commit to fighting him. So it wouldn't even have to get to a purse bid. It's plain and simple. They don't want to fight. It's plain and simple. They don't want to fight. It's plain and simple. They don't want to fight. So for the most part, people, you waste your time, and then you come on here and say you doing this for the glory and all that type of stuff. You ain't doing nothing for the glory if you still complaining about a split. Come on, he's comfortable and he's this. He said, and then we just responded, dude, just be talking in circles, fight me, and I'll show you how comfortable I am. He won't. Yeah, I do this for the glory, but then again, 65. What he basically was saying was the split wasn't good enough. Fine. What about when when he was trying to sign over there with Top Rank, and ain't none of them dudes want to commit to fight him? They couldn't promise it, so they passed on him. So he passed on the offer. Talk about that. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. It's all cap. It's all smoke and mirrors. That's the great Chicken Arrow Swiss will say. They fighting over one bone. Come here, Mark Mason. It's all cap. Hold on. My bad. But it's all cap. It boils down to they don't want to fight. And I agree, the split is wild. But as a champion, he did enough to get the split. So if you fighting for the glory, you fighting for the belts, you want to fight the champ. Beggars can't be choosers. Well, you could. You can negotiate a deal with him. Y'all could have had him on this side of the street. But y'all passed. Y'all didn't, y'all couldn't y'all couldn't, y'all didn't want to negotiate. But then he sit here and get in there, and all he do is a whole contradicting with a statement. That's all he doing. That's all he just did. He made himself look stupider and stupider, made himself look like a duck. You talking about how Gary Cooney and them was fighting for glory, and how you fight for glory, and you don't get into the purse splits. But guess what? You can fight him, but then you start talking about money. I wouldn't say nothing at all. These fighters can't help themselves. They really can't. They can't help themselves. And when a lot of these dudes speak, it's just contradictions. That's all it is. It continues to be a whole bunch of statements of bullcrap. You just be like, yeah, the money wasn't enough, man. We can speak it out, then we can do something. But you the one that's going around talking about you want to be undisputed. That's your aim. How you gonna be undisputed if you don't go through him? Unless he lose the belt. Well, that's why he's calling myself and Ryan Garcia out. He's getting too comfortable. Like, get out of here. And one thing great about this generation is how creative they are in ducking. That's the one thing great about this generation, how creative they are in ducking. That's the great thing about this generation. They're great at ducking. And ain't no shame in they duck game. This dude sit here and say, well, I do this for the glory, basically forget the money. But then proceeds to talk about how it ain't enough money. I don't understand it. There's somebody out here that's going to support that statement. Jose Ramirez been running for how long from Regis Prograis? To the point that Top Rank gave Regis Prograis a date. His own fight date at home in New Orleans to protect Jose Ramirez from fighting him. Come on. We know what happened to him. It'd definitely be worse than the Josh Taylor fight. Everybody know what's gonna happen to him. Just leave him alone. Ramirez ain't got nowhere to go. Cause he ain't gonna go to 47. Ain't shit gonna shake up there. And Teofimo Lopez on borrowed time too. He might as well start preparing for retirement. Be honest, he might as well start preparing for retirement. He might as well start preparing for retirement. That's how I look at it. But it is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live or drop a video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Peace.